how lockdown has killed businesses and what has happened recently with all these extended lockdowns and stuff.
You know what the
In my
craziest thing is? You know what like the actual craziest thing is that like businesses are like using the vaccine as like some business method, right? Like did you see that SPC like suppliers or whatever?
yeah,
Man, they're
I saw
using
that and they got done bad.
yeah,
They got done.
like
Yeah,
the vaccine is meant to be something that, people choose, but now
mm,
businesses are using it as like a business tactic to attract people. It's like causing a
yeah,
massive divide in terms of marketing and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
yeah, 100%. It's
Um,
it's all messed up. Like everyone's trying to make like like you see like did you see Cardone, Grant Cardone? You know
yeah,
who that is?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So he used that to his advantage.
Mm,
He said, for anyone looking for a job, we don't require the vaccine and shit like that. And if you wanna work for me, apply, and I'm gonna hire you in all my companies because he doesn't have one company. He has like 20, 30 companies.
right,
And
right.
for him to go and do that, bro, just imagine how many people are gonna come now and like some people take it as an advantage because if he's doing that, right,
Yeah,
his ratings are gonna go through the roof.
that's right. Yeah.
Whereas like SPC, you see what happened to their
Yeah,
reviews.
like
It's
if you go
down.
to Google right now, they're like at 1.2, and they probably had to
Yeah,
pay Google or they had to get it removed legally or something like that because obviously they were fake reviews. There were people who haven't actually utilized their service. Look, I think right now, I think the best thing businesses can do is that they can stand in solidarity with the workers right now, like because workers are basically going to be forced to stay at their jobs, right? It's
yeah,
like people aren't going to leave their job at a time like this because there's not going to be anyone hiring right now because obviously they're not going to have money to pay their workers, and so like most workers are going to be stuck in their position. So I think employers need to be like weary of that, and they need to be more understanding of that rather than more demanding. Do you know what I mean?
100%, bro.
Like,
You know what the funny thing is? Like, even with lockdown, right? They
yeah.
always like whenever that ant comes out and says there's a lockdown, it says, "Oh, it's 3 days, it's 5, 7 days,"
And it ends
and
up
people
being,
just believe that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it just goes on. And like, what I feel about it, like, it's bad for these business brokers. They don't have the media for and like the media marketers to help them out in during these times.
Yeah, like if you look at like most small businesses, man, it's probably like some 50-year-old. Like we've been to Laylaw, right? Like we recorded a video in Laylaw, and most of the owners were like 50, 60-year-olds that don't even know like the internet existed. They're still using like the little Nokias and shit and their little Dell laptops. Like they don't know about that shit, right? So if people aren't going to their store by foot, then they don't know about their store, period. Like that's it. It's just how it
Yeah,
is. You know what I mean? So I think the craziest thing right now is that everyone has to digitalize. It's not really a choice. It's not like I wanna digitalize because I wanna have more reach, or I wanna digitalize to keep up with the media. But it's actually not like that anymore. You have to digitalize to keep your business alive. I think one of the biggest examples I've seen is Dick Smith, right? Like that used to be like a store that
yeah,
was like brick and mortar. Now
yeah,
all of it's online. Like they have no physical
yeah.
stores anymore. You know what I mean? Um,
And that's what I love about it because they are adapting to modern times.
right, right.
So it's like before, they had all these expenses that they couldn't meet.
Mm.
So now when they moved online, now they see the profits coming in because
That's right.
what are the costs that they have to cover? Warehouse costs now, and
Yeah.
all they need is website host, which doesn't even cost much. Their marketing agency, which they pay to market their stuff, and that's
Mm.
it.
Well, it
And pay their like warehouse employees, and that's
yeah,
it. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
like if you're looking at cost
they,
assessment, right? Like when you have products in the store, it's like you have to have people to service those products, explain those products. You have to have security, whatever it is, right? When you're doing it online, really all that comes is shipping and warehousing. That's it. So you're
yeah, that's
minimizing
it.
massive costs and you're reaching a larger audience. Like only downside I could see to be like to going online and stuff would be that security measures and things like that. But we've gone way past that. Like people used to be scared to enter their credit card into online shopping. We've gone past that. Like maybe your grandma who's like 90 years old probably doesn't want to do that anymore, but pretty much everyone in the world is doing that nowadays. So, I mean, that's where the world is right now. And businesses that don't adapt will stay, they won't grow, and businesses that will adapt will just outgrow businesses that they should have never outgrown, you know? Like,
100%.
um, like it's,
And we're
yeah,
seeing that with we're seeing that with a lot of businesses dying out,
mm,
and they're going into what do you call it? And
right,
that is because they're taking, like, I don't want to say they're taking the easy way out, because when a business gets to that point, like, that's what, like, it's either take a risk, a big risk,
yeah,
or go on and sell your business so you don't get like, so you don't go on record for bankruptcy,
right, right,
right?
yeah, yeah,
But if you, as we're talking about Dick Smith, people need to look at them as an example.
mm.
They need to find ways to adapt to modern society and the circumstances that we're in right now.
And I think it's more than just adapting your product. Like you have to adapt your whole business, right? Businesses, like there are some businesses, and I don't know, maybe you can think of an example. My head's going a bit blank, but like there are some businesses that can't operate online the way they are right now. They just can't. They can't operate online. Those
Yeah.
businesses, I don't think they can even operate in general now. You know, like imagine a business that can't go online, can't operate right now because of a lockdown. And like you can't say, oh yeah, like this is a lockdown one time thing. Like this is life, right? Like viruses will come and go, digital will become more of the norm for health reasons even, And I think if you're looking
Mhm.
at the longevity of things, brick and mortar, like primary brick and mortar businesses just will not survive. Like people not only need to adapt the way they advertise, they need to adapt their whole product. If your product doesn't have an online version of it, then what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean?
The thing is, I think the businesses you're talking about,
Mm,
like what do you call it, like restaurants and stuff like that, they
exactly.
can't go online.
That's right.
But the thing they can do, right,
Mm,
is there is ways that they can go on to still make an income from it,
right.
right?
Right.
But at the same time, it's hard, all this curfews and shit like that.
Yeah.
So one thing I was thinking for these restaurants, like one thing they can do, right,
Mm,
is start making meal plans and shit. Start,
yeah. Yeah.
because people, because everyone's at home right now,
Or like
and
or
what's
like
everyone
selling
eating? Everyone's,
recipes. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. No, no, look at it, right? Everyone in lockdown, when they come out of lockdown, because I work at, like, how I work at retail, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And people come to me and they're like, "Oh, we need to buy new clothes, or we need to exchange this for a bigger size. We've gone fatter."
Mm,
That's what people, they get into the habit of eating bad.
yeah.
So what this restaurant implements is make meal plans for these people.
Mm,
That way, everyone's eating healthy, people are benefiting, and the business is benefiting too.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like then
But at the same time, you can't do it with everything.
yeah, like it'll be hard, but those are the changes you want to make. Some people are just content with where their business is. They're happy to let it go for a while. Other people, they're struggling, and like that's mainly the people we're speaking to, right? Like the people that haven't made that breakthrough through their business, right? Think about transport businesses, even like limo services and stuff like that, right? Like they like Uber would still be running, taxi would still be running, but limo services can't run anymore, right? Because who's gonna catch a limo right now? You know what I mean? Like where they gonna catch a limo to Macca's? You know what I mean? Like there's no parties, there's nothing like that going on right now.
Imagine ordering a limo to go
That's it. Like
back in time.
you need to keep that business alive because right now, like what are their jobs? They're primarily based around
Honestly, like,
airports. Mm.
bro, like, honestly, like, that would be a good business model, right? Like as a limo business,
Yeah.
order your limo, go pick up your Macca's or some shit like that. Like,
Yeah,
what's the
but
government gonna do?
yeah, but
You're using
what's Uber Eats
the
for then?
business,
What's Uber Eats for then?
bro. Chaz, just imagine, like, you can make this into a viable, like, business. Like, that would
Yeah, I
actually
guess.
be hectic. And now,
It'd be a flex. It'd be a flex.
because everyone right now wants to go out and,
Mm.
like, and they can't. And imagine they're just in an Uber going to Macca's and getting the delivery. It'll
Yeah,
actually
no.
be funny.
Like it'd be
Like,
good
off
for
topic,
that. But
off topic.
in all seriousness, like that's such a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like your idea with restaurants, like that's
that's
exactly
the
what they
water
need to
mark.
do.